Good morning, traders and investors. My name is Shen Mongangi, one of the best market analysts here at HFM. So, before we start, I'd like to let you know that this is a pre-recorded YouTube video. You can head on to our YouTube page later on so that you can like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to comment so that this will help us improve our algorithm. Starting on this week, what do we have? On Monday, we are all clear based on high impact news. Then coming on Tuesday, we have the interest rate decision for the JPY pair. Also, coming on Wednesday, we have the balance of trade for the JPY pair. And then also we have initial job claims from the US on Wednesday 18th. We also have the Fed interest rate decision and the FOMC economic projection. So based on the interest rate decision for the US, we have seen it has been quite tricky that them being reluctant on cutting interest rates. But coming on now, on Wednesday 18th, there's a possibility of a cut in interest rates because of reduced inflation that came out from the CPI report, and also pressure coming on from Donald J. Trump. He's pressuring Jerome Powell to cut interest rates so that they can pay off their debt at a lower interest. We also have the Euro press conference and also the USD press conference. So on Wednesday we have pretty high impact news coming on in. Then Thursday we only have one high impact news from the ECB that this will affect only Euro pairs. We also have the interest rate decision. So this week we quite have three interest rate decisions from the JPY, from the USD, and also from the JPP. So Thursday will be quite volatile for JPP pairs. Then Friday we only have one impact news, the yearly inflation rate for the JPY. So from Tuesday the JPY will be quite volatile. Then from Wednesday the USD will join in, then Thursday JPP will join in. So moving on to the charts. We can see gold aiming to target all-time highs. Why is this happening to gold? There is some geopolitical tension that is happening between Iran and Israel. And yes, we understand that this is something real, but we also understand that when you're traders, when something like this happens, if you're a gold trader, this is a good opportunity to buy. Why? Because geopolitical tensions bring fear and uncertainty, and when this happens, traders will move on to safe havens. So an asset like gold is considered as a safe haven, and as long as this wars are going to happen between Iran and Israel, and you can see also the US trying to intervene, this will mean good news for gold. Also on the dollar tried to bounce back on Friday, but it was only a pullback to the resistance zone at the 98.07, and we saw sellers also stepping in and us closing below. Also today we can see we opened quite bearish, and it's as if we are moving down. So if you're a day trader, you could continue with this moving down on the dollar index. Now analyzing gold, we just talked about gold but never analyzed gold. So moving on to gold. Gold seems to be targeting all-time highs. At the moment we are at 3430.55. We can see we had quite a stretch from 33.20 all the way to 3430.55. What I'll be expecting is a pullback all the way to, let me mark that level, a pullback all the way to 33.84.25 to consider buys. Else, if we move quite bullish up this zone, the 34.30, I'll be expecting now a pullback to that zone. Remember, once resistance is broken, turns support, and once support is broken, turns resistance. So those will be my key levels that I'll be looking at keenly when I'm moving on to trade on gold. On the S&P 500, S&P 500 has been quite bullish overall, and some slight of pullbacks, then strong bullish momentum. So we saw S&P 500 reacting from our psychological level at 60.0. We expected a pullback all the way to 59.79.04. We got that pullback and a rejection, and us closing at that level, 59.79.04. And right now you can see we're opening quite bullish. Still on the S&P 500, I'll be looking for bullish expectation unless anything changes from the expected news that we're about to receive this week, especially the interest rate decision from the Fed. So again, we have all-time highs at the 6161.35, which will be a good target level if we move past the 59.79 and we close today on that point. Same has been happening also on the US 100. We can see on the US 100 we got that pullback from our resistance zone at the 22,046.88, and now we came back to 2156.732, and we are moving quite bullish with high momentum of buyers printing upwards. Remember, these are zones that we have been marking for more than a month. Nothing has changed, and you can see we are always respecting those zones. On the Euro USD, you can see now we have targeted our previous monthly high, and we have come on top from the 1.15706, and it's as if you're getting some form of rejection from that level. You have some good stretch. A pullback will be a good play to take that move to continue upwards. Else, I'll be looking for short-term buys on the lower time frame to continue with this bullish momentum. But remember, this was a large stretch. A pullback will be good. A pullback all the way to the 1.14886 level will be a good pullback to be looking for buys. Also on the JPY USD, you can see we've been ranging quite a while, and since 2024 August, this is our new high, and we are at 1.3569 resistance zone, and it's as if on Friday we closed above that zone, and right now we're opening quite bullish, printing up on that zone. So JPY USD, again, this looks quite bullish, but again we have the interest rate decision for the JPY coming in. That will determine if we'll still be overall bullish this week or not. So be cautious on JPY USD as you continue to trade short-term movements, as you expect that interest rate decision from the JPY. Also remember, we also have the USD interest rate decision, and JPY has been paired with USD. So the interest rate for the USD will also affect when you're trading JPY USD. So we have two news that will affect this pair: the interest rate decision for the JPY and interest rate decision for the USD. So the strength, you're going to measure the strength. Which one will be more stronger than the other? Then the pair that will take the most strength, the direction that we will be favoring to go. If it's JPY with the largest strength, we'll be moving on in the direction of the JPY. If USD has the largest strength, we'll be moving on with the direction of the USD. Coming on to USD JPY, we've been seeing it quite ranging, reacting from now we came below the 144.120 level, which was our previous resistance zone, and we understand which is our previous support zone, and we understand when support is broken, it turns resistance. Then Friday we came on to reject that level, and today we can see we're also rejecting that level. So yes, also on the USD JPY, we have the interest rate decision both from the USD and both from the JPY. The same will apply with how we have talked about the JPY USD. On the Audi USD, we talked about it breaking up high and lacking momentum candles, because you can see This was our previous resistance zone at the 0.64917. Then we also have our previous support zone at the 0.63591. We have been ranging from that level, also trying to print some slight bullish momentum as we continue up on that level. Then coming to this level, breaking this level, we never got that large bullish momentum candle, signifying that buyers are stepping in at this break. So I talked about that I'm pretty reluctant taking this bullish momentum, this bullish break from the resistance zone because of that, and also we lacked volume confirming that break. So we came back now on Friday, coming up with sellers now reacting from this and pushing in quite aggressively downwards. And you can see today we are opening, testing that zone again. Unless any form of bias changes, any form of fundamental news that comes in that changes my bias, still I'll be looking for sales on the Audi USD because of the lack momentum move from the buyers. So yes, we have analyzed our stocks, our S&P 500, US 100, our gold, forex pairs, and also our USD index. And also we have touched about the economical news that we are expecting, and we'll talk about more on it, especially the interest rate decisions that are occurring on these major pairs like the USD, GBP, USD, and JPY. So as we're expecting them, based on what we've talked today, those will be our target levels, else anything changes. And remember, this is only for educational advice, it's not financial advice. Remember to do your due diligence when you're maneuvering the markets. So that said, goodbye and see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And yes, have a good trading day. Goodbye.